If you live in the city of Portland, you probably have a neighbor that has chickens. I'm out here with Dan at Linton Feed and Seed, and we're going to be chatting about chickens, if you want to start them, how to do it. So let's just start from the beginning. Why chickens?
Well, there's the aesthetics, of course, of having chickens. There's the secondary benefit of having your own fresh eggs. A little bit of insect control, more fertilization than you want.
Because they're going to walk around the yard and leave things.
And families with children really enjoy them because the kids just get a kick out of the whole process.
Well, you know, I remember as a kid going out and gathering eggs with my grandma, so it's really a lot of fun.
Nothing like a warm egg.
Yeah, it's true. Now, if I'm going to start, I want to get a few chickens. You say probably about 3, so because you don't want to get one.
Well, you want to have company, and I think the regulations in Portland limit you to 3 hens. So if you end up with a rooster, you have to get rid of.
Yeah.
And so you get your 3 or 4 chicks, and you get a heat lamp. You have to provide them with supplemental heat until they're...
Because they're young. They're only a couple days old when you sell them.
You have to do this for about 10 weeks.
Okay.
And so this fixture has a ceramic fitting to handle the 250-watt light bulb, which is coated in Teflon to give out a red subdued light. It doesn't make the chickens so nervous.
Okay. Now, once you get that going, they're going to have to eat, and I'm assuming that all of these little gadgets are different ways of watering and feeding them.
This is a feeder, and this will work for the chicks for a few weeks until they grow too big for it, or until they start eating too much for the feeder to hold. And this one is galvanized, and there's several colored ones down here. Just for that stylish chicken.
That's right. You got to have a stylish one, and then the one here is just, I'm assuming, for water.
Yeah, this one is for water, and to date, my supplier anyway has not come up with a
pretty fancy one for water. Well, now you were talking about food. I'm assuming that you have larger size ones as the chickens grow.
You're right.
But when you put the food in them, is there different types of chicken food?
Basically, you've got 3 kinds of chicken food. You've got a starter, which you feed them when they're young, which is a high protein. And then they go to a grower, which is kind of like an adolescent feed. And as soon as you see the first egg, you go to a commercial egg layer. And we have the egg layer and the starter in organic and
nice
standard form, so you can choose whatever you like there.
Now, I'm assuming once they get, after you finish that 10-week period, you put them out in the yard, you're going to have some protection, because just because you're in the city doesn't mean there's not predators for them.
Right. The most notorious predator in the city, of course, is the raccoon, which is mostly nocturnal. But you also have to be aware that some dogs think chickens are for hunting.
Yeah. And yeah, that's true. So you do want to have some kind of a coop or some place that they can be protected.
You want to have a place where you can put them up at night.
Okay.
And
well, there's a whole lot of information about it, much more so than I thought when we were doing this story. And the Chinook book has a coupon in it for 5% off of your purchase of organic chicken food.
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's another one, isn't there also?
Yes, it's if you make a $50 purchase of, you can combine the organic chicken food with any of our organic gardening products and get $10 off.
Nice, nice. So if you haven't picked up your Chinook book, you should do that. You can also go to ecometro.com, which is the web version of the book, and run on out to Linton Feed and Seed here, talk to Dan, the staff people, get started on your own chickens. Remember to check with your city, because each city does have different rulings on how many chickens you can have. But get on out here, get the information. Dan, a lot of stuff to do, and let's start raising chickens, shall we?
Okay. Sounds good.